for my son, I'm like, Noah, if anybody, bullies you, you talk to them, you try to diffuse it. The instant somebody touches you, you crack them in the face. That's it. The instant they grab you, if they're hitting you, you better fight.
Welcome to Martial Mindset, where we delve into some of the leading minds in business, martial arts, and academia to find out what truly makes success in any field of life. We are the fight coaches who will motivate and inspire you to level up your game, no matter how big or scary your goals may be.
Self-defense is what changed my life. Through self-defense, it gave me confidence. It built my strength, my ability to walk in a room, go in front of 50 people and do a seminar and not flinch and feel confident, walk into a bar or go somewhere, meet a girl and have that presence where, you feel strong and not scared or not insecure or, where you transcend that through everything because it's all the same wiring.
Mm. Nick, how did you start your martial arts journey?
I started with Kung Fu when I was about 9-10 years old. Where I grew up, we always scrapped. Like, people would always fight as kids. And it's not like back in the day, like, my parents didn't give a fuck. It wasn't like, oh, poor you. No, it's like, boy, leave me alone. Like, fuck off. Go do your shit. So when we would fight, it would be like, it's figure shit out. Yeah, bullying existed back then, but we didn't be like, oh my God, how are your feelings? Are you okay? No. What happened? I got punched. Fuck. Did you punch him back? No, I fucking got hit. I took a couple of beatings. I'm like, okay, I got to learn how to fight. I tell everybody's going to get a beating at some time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's part of the game.
Yeah. I remember once, actually, you talk about that. I remember once I got beaten up, and my mum was standing at the front door, actually talking to a neighbour, and I got into a fight with one of the other neighbours because I was only a little kid, and I got beaten up, and then I got up and I walked over, and I was quite embarrassed twofold because my mum's standing there having a conversation while I'm just getting beaten up, and I walked up to her and she looked at me. She paused the conversation and she said to me, "See, I told you not to play with those boys," and then carried on with the conversation. I was getting beaten up so badly that the kid's dad came out of the house and pulled him off of me, right, and took him indoors. That's how bad it was going, not my way. And then my own mother's just like, you know what, I'm having much more of an interesting conversation with my neighbour. So, I know exactly what you mean about learning the hard way. I mean,
in today's society, it'd be like, oh my God, your kid's beating my kid, and you're going to cause him psychological damage, and he's never going to be the same, and like, fuck. And my son's 10 years old. You know what I mean? He came one day with a little black eye. I'm like, no, what happened? Did you get into a fight? He goes, no. I'm like, are you sure? He goes, no, if I did, am I in trouble? I'm like, no, you're not in trouble unless you started the fight. But if you didn't, I want to know what happened. He didn't tell me finally. I didn't push it. I just left it at that. But if something told me, it's okay. It's like, let him scrap it out a couple of times. Doesn't matter. It's to a certain extent, it's part of the development as well. And we don't promote violence at all. Like, I mean, if my son was a bully, he's going to get it, because I know I was bullied a lot. But, at some point, we also have to teach them how to stand up to them. Because I tell people, your wife could be a bully, your husband could be a bully, your boss could be a bully, the guy at the bus stop could be a bully. Yeah. And there's no age, race, gender to this shit. And people need to start realizing that. We're never going to eliminate this bully problem. Like, all we can do is, build strong kids with character who know how to stand up and brush it off. And if they have to defend themselves. That's it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. I agree. I think, you've got to, you do have to teach children to stand up for themselves. And the first thing is confidence, isn't it? They've got to have the confidence in themselves, because it comes back to what you were saying earlier about, what we were talking about, martial arts and what it gives you, because at the end of the day, self-talk is important. And if you have that sort of negative self-talk, as we were talking about earlier, you've got two rods on your back. You've got you and the other person as well. So confidence is the mainstay, and I really, to deal with. And you're right, absolutely, Nick. We're nenever going to get rid of bullying. We're social animals as human beings.
Yeah.
We live in. Unless you live in a vacuum with no human beings around you, it's going to happen. Whether, as you said, work, whether at home, whether in your friendship groups. It's, you know, and it's essential, really, you know. So, I mean, generally, do you do anything with anti-bullying programs, or do you get involved in that type of area, or is it just something you do in are most of your clients, are they adults, or what, you know, how do you work with that?
I train about 4 or 5 kids. And the first thing I do is I meet the parents, because then you get a good idea who you're going to be dealing with in most cases.
Yeah.
So if I don't like the parents, or if the parents I find like, first I want to know I can work with the parents, and then I meet the kid. I tell them I'm going to do 1 session with him. I just want to feel him out and see how I could connect with the kid if I think he's ready. And then I look at the parents. I'm like, okay, what are your rules of engagement? What do I teach your kid? Some parents tell me, I don't want my kid to hit back. Okay, so you want more just defense? Some parents say, I don't really give a shit if somebody touches them. I want them to defend themselves. So I, like for my son, I'm like, Noah, you know, if anybody, you know, bullies you, you know, you talk to them, you try to diffuse it. The instant somebody touches you, you crack them in the face. That's it. The instant they grab you, if they're hitting you, you better fight.